It's the Big Rich Live on the Mic radio show on YouTube. Tune in every Saturday and Wednesday for hot news and opinions, you dig? Like and subscribe and follow us on Twitter at BR Live on the Mic and on Facebook and Instagram at Big Rich Live on the Mic. Join the conversation and catch that fire.
What's up, my folks? We at it again. Big Rich Live on the Mic radio show. Big Rich here. Still got the lights turned on. Out here doing it again. Hey, I first got to say, I don't know what the heck is up with the subscribers. I mean, last time we was on the mic, it was 400, almost 500 followers. It dropped down to 25, and now it's up to 120. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. My marketing team, I need to watch them and see what type of bullcrap shenanigans they trying to pull over on the young brother here, because we trying to spend a little bit of money on marketing, try to get our name and brand and channel up, you know what I'm saying, trying to get it up in the ionosphere, and one time I got up, two, 3 days after the show, we was on the ground, and I'm like, well, damn, I know that show was about bread. It was about being broke. I know we ain't pissed that many people off. So a couple of my Twitter followers have said that I need to be cognizant and careful about these marketing companies. A lot of them, you having those shadow phantom, subscribers and stuff like that. You actually have to look at the statistics and see, when you get 9 or 10 in a row that have no videos, no subscribers, then you might need to double check. Hey, this is one of them ghosts of them phantom accounts. And YouTube is real good at, shutting those accounts down. Facebook did it too for a while. I think they probably still do. I'm not really a Facebook person, other than my business and stuff like that, and this radio show. But Facebook used to do that, quick, fast, and hurry when they would find that there was some ghost stuff going on, and they put a stop to it. So hey, we back again. I appreciate, we got another video over 2,000 views. We checked the statistics earlier today. It was like this channel has had over 436,000 total minutes viewed. 11,000, almost 12,000 people have viewed our various videos, tune into the show and stuff like that. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the love. Shoot, I appreciate some of the hate that we get. At least somebody listening. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, you can be a little bit less vulgar, but hey, it is what it is. Shoot, I'm from New York, Bronx, New York, originally. Shoot, it is what it is. You're gonna say what you want to say. Most people that give you hate, they sitting in front of a computer in their mama basement, ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, and they talking trash. But hey, constructive criticism, good or bad, we definitely down for that here. What I like to announce is that by the time we film, because what we usually do is we shoot the shows a day before. So this show is the Wednesday show, but we actually shot it Tuesday. But as of shooting this show, we just launched our website, BigRichLiveOnTheMic.com. It's awesome. It's awesome. Got an awesome team that put it together. You know, it's just the growth of it, the possibility is just awesome. So check that out. It's up and running. Again, it's www.bigrichliveonthemic.com. Check that out. Drop in your comments. Subscribe to the channel so you can get our newsletters and updates of what's going on. Because hey, you know, shoot, like I said before, I know I said it in the Saturday show. You know, at the end of this week, you know, makes a month. You know, that we've been around, and you know, those might be minuscule numbers to somebody who has been on the channel for years and have 1 million, 2 million views like Young Turks, you know. But it's funny that when you look at shows like the Young Turks TV or Secular Talk or the Divide Show, Media TV, or even the Benjamin Dixon Show, the So What Morning Show, they've been around a whole lot longer than we have, and you know, they're the inspiration. They're the inspiration. You know, they are what we shooting for. You know, to catch some people's ears and drop some knowledge. You know, that's all you should be trying to do. You know, just drop a little knowledge and have a little fun. And I mean, this is just fun for me. It's therapeutic. I was talking to one of my best friends about the Simp Show, and a lot of the things that I said in that show were based on conversations that me and him had, and me and a couple other people had. So I get texts from them saying, dude, you know, I'm sitting here listening to the show, and it's bringing me back to those conversations that we had. And you know, then I get emails at, let's throw that out, you know, cheap plug, my bad, but it's Big Rich Live on the Mic at gmail.com. You know, I get emails and stuff like that, and it's very refreshing when you like, man, you know, I used to be that, you know, that type of dude, or man, I got robbed too, man. You know, now, you know, I won't be a victim. You know, I'll think about my surroundings, stuff like that. You know, even if you just touch one person, and one person said they got something from what you got to say, then you've done your job. Would I like tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, 1 million subscribers and people who listen to my videos? Hell yeah. But it's only been a month. We got 8 shows up. This is the 9th show. Oh, what's this day? Yeah, this is the 9th show. Up ahead. You know, I mean, you got people who have, like I said, Secular Talk. They got almost 800 videos. You know, Young Turk, they got thousands of videos. You know what I mean? So, you know, we in our infancy stage. So, you know, we trying to do what we can and have some fun and touch a few lives, do our duty in this little space that we got on this YouTube channel. And, you know, hey, we're going to do what we're going to do. Or like Ray Charles said, we're going to make it do what it do, baby. Anyway, so now we're going to get to the subject. And it was like a toss-up. I bullcrap you not. I had to actually just throw a coin in the air and wherever it landed, because I had 2 strong subjects. I'm not going to say the second subject because I don't want people to be like, damn, I wish he had covered that. What I will do is I'll promise that I'll cover the next subject or the subject that I didn't cover on this show, on the Saturday show, for sure. So don't worry about it. My baby brother, Smiles, you know, I'll leave it at that. Anybody who knows hip-hop know who that is. He's working on our intro. You know, I know we like the little intros. I appreciate it. We got some really good feedback about our intros. But, you know, I want a little hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? I want a little hip-hop show. You know, anybody who want to know what I'm talking about, go to like So What Morning Show here on YouTube and stuff like that. I'm just a hip-hop kid. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, I'm 48, but, you know, I grew up in the Bronx, the beginning of the hip-hop scene. So he's going to work on the intro. Hopefully we'll have it up for Saturday's show. If not, I know it'll be up for Wednesday's show. So we'll see what goodies he got for us, and we'll chop it up. And, you know, thumbs up, thumbs down. I know, okay, that's my baby brother now, so can't be no thumbs down, you know. But I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. I really do. I know you're listening, so I appreciate it. And, we gonna do something probably towards the end of the summer, when the channel, because really the channel is right now a one-man operation. When I say we, I include the marketing team, I include people doing the website, that type of stuff right there. But this is a one-man operation right now. And, I got a whole bunch of people who want to get down and they want to contribute and stuff like that. But I got to be in a position to make sure all the pieces fit, because there's been a lot of chatter that I've had with other YouTube channel hosts, and they say the first pitfall, or not the first pitfall, but one of the largest pitfalls, is when you allow a bunch of people in your inner circle and have them doing intricate parts of your production, and then they fall off. You know what I'm saying? They get tired, they get married, y'all fall out, whatever. And now you in a situation where it's like, dang, now I got to do everything. So I really want to just get to the point where everything is going on as flawless as possible, because nothing is 100% flawless. You always got some type of issue. I mean, there's been times where, believe it or not, I've shot an entire show and then lightning strike the dang on building, or this bull crap update from my computer, and it just shoop gone because I might have, and I know this off the beaten path. Excuse me, this is off the beaten path, but I mean, when you get those updates or you get anything on your computer screen, the first thing you do is delete, yeah, next, and don't even read anything. Well, apparently I did that, which was a notification that it was going to do its update at a certain time, which just happened to be at the very end of recording my show, and it turned off, didn't save anything. I had to shoot it all over again. So these are things that, a novice like myself, I consider myself a novice. I am in no way, shape, or form professional at this at all. But these are things that happen, when you are in your infancy stage of putting a brand. I don't care what it is, a channel, business, lectures. I don't care what you do. You have stumbles that, as long as they not fatal, and as long as you learn from them and don't repeat them, then it's almost worth having those little stumbles, because then you understand, okay, look, these are the pitfalls that I have to overcome, and these are the pitfalls that I have overcome, and I need to make sure that I never allow to happen again. So that's basically it. But yeah, we're going to expand today. We're going to expand within the next couple months to have some, we're going to have the phone lines up so people can call. It's funny, the couple of requests that I get for differences in the channel is A, why don't I do video? And B, when you talk, we would like to call in and sort of give feedback and ask questions. And then the third one is, when or if I'm ever going to do a live broadcast. Well, let's break down the questions. Now, I know I talked about I told you that I had a subject, and we will get to that, but I just want to knock these off at the top of my head and get them done. But let's break down the three things. The first thing is, when we get the phone lines up, or why we don't have the phone lines up. Well, we have a phone. We have a number. It's 321-804-0606. That's 321-804-0606. But the switchboard that I have is not conducive to me talking and then working the switchboard at one time. You know what I'm saying? So to pick up the phone calls and route them, because hey, people don't realize that, but most good, sorry, most really good shows, they screen their calls. You got to make sure ain't nobody coming on there talking no trash. You know, I mean, again, when I say talking trash, I'm just talking about just being belligerent. You know, using the N-word or the S-word, or, you know, just outwardly cursing and stuff like that. Not that it's gonna bother me, because you say you're gonna get cussed out, but see, I can't be acting the dang on fool. So when I get to a point where, you know, it's more than a one-man operation, then, you know, I have an engineer come in and he or she can work the phone lines and stuff like that. Because I know a lot of people who want to call in and stuff like that. Secondly, while I do video, well, again, that's another thing that needs to be taken care of, you know, because I have plenty of video equipment, but it needs to be taken care of, you know, different angles, lighting might change, and you wanna flow through your angles and stuff like that. And to me, and I know a lot of people do it. You know, a lot of people do it. A lot of people do that. I mean, a lot of my fellow video YouTube channel hosts do that. But they all tell me they've been doing it for years. And a lot of them have like a photography background, a videographer background, an engineering background and stuff like that. So it's not hard, but it's not easy either. And one of my best friends, he had this country saying, hey, I'll get it out. That you don't want to put no mammy-made stuff out. Me from New York City, I'd be like, you ain't trying to put no bullshit out. So if I can't do it right, to where the lighting is good, the backdrop is set and stuff like that, then I will wait. You know, I will wait until I can put out something, till I'm in a position where it's like, boom, let's go ahead and do this. But I'm telling you, I'm not going to announce it. I'm gonna put it straight out. When we up and running and we doing real good, I'm gonna put it right out. Boom. They'll be like, damn, that's my boy. Yeah, that's gonna be me. That's gonna be me. You know. And the last thing about a live show, again, that's the same thing as the video. I would love to do a live show. And what I would like to do, you know, I was talking to my daughter who has her own YouTube channel. That when we do our daddy-daughter things, that I would love it where we can do a live stream, if you will, a live chat and stuff. Therefore, we get instantaneous feedback, and you know, we can all chop it up. You know, it's not like you got to watch or listen to the whole show and then you have to put your comments down below. Or a lot of people, because for some reason they don't want to put their questions out so everybody can see. I get a lot of emails. Hey man, you know, this is what I want to ask, this, that, and the third. You know, I can understand, you know, some people, you know, feeling some type of way about looking a certain way. Or, you know, I mean, shoot, you know, guys don't want to sit down and put their simping out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, girls don't want to necessarily put down how they you know, have their pitchfork and they go digging going on or this, that, and the third and stuff. So, you know, I get a lot of emails that way, and it's a confidence. You know, I'm not going to get an email and then put that out, put somebody's email out, because if they wanted it out, they would put it in the comments below. But what I will ask is, please comment down below. Good, bad, and different. Keep your comments coming. Like, share, and subscribe. That's all we can ask, because that's the only way we're gonna build this nation, if you will, this coalition, you know, this revolution, this intervention. You know, is for us to all subscribe and share and put it out and contribute. You know, so lastly, before we get on our topic, I will say, anybody who wants to contribute to the channel, drop me a line. You know, you can direct message me on Instagram, which is Big Rich Live on the mic, _ between every word. You can send me something on Twitter, you know, which is B R live on the mic. Or you can send me an email, which is what most people have been doing, which I said it before, but I'll say it again. Big Rich Live on the mic at gmail.com. So send me something, let me know if you want to contribute. Give me a brief synopsis on what you're trying to do, what your background is, what type of time and talents that you're willing to donate to the cause. And, I'll get back to you. Regardless if you're like, look, I don't know nothing, I don't know anything, I don't want nothing. I just want to be part of something. I'll return everybody who has emailed me. Everybody, I don't care, good, bad, and different, has tweeted me, direct messaged me. I have answered back. Okay, period. That's just the type of cat I am. So now we done got all the preliminaries out. Now we're going to bring up our topic. And today's topic is going to be about the media, mainstream media in particular. Mainstream media has lost its way. If you go to the history books and think about what it was supposed to be, what it was supposed to stand for, way back in Thomas Jefferson and the forefathers' time, that's where they came up with freedom of the press. The press/media, obviously the term media was not around in the 1700s, but press, media, same thing. Freedom of the press. That's why those, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, those are like the first two or three in the Bill of Rights. The freedom of press was supposed to originally be for the press to hold the government and your elected officials accountable. It was supposed to be a watchdog sort of entity where it would report corruption. It would report good things also, but it would basically keep an eye on what our elected officials are doing. It was never about who Kim Kardashian fucking or who is signing $1 billion contract like Kanye West, which we all know Adidas ain't giving him $1 billion or nothing. He not even getting $1 billion pairs of shoes. That's all a smoke screen. That's all a smoke screen. You don't believe me? Go to fortune.com. Okay, go to Enterprise and look up that deal. It's just smoke and mirrors. It's just basically for the public to think that this man is going to or can get $1 billion if we go out there and buy all them expensive behind shoes that ain't worth the material that is made out of. But I digress. We're not talking about that. We're just talking about the media. What I would tell people is stop believing everything you hear in the media. I don't want you to believe everything that you hear that's coming out of my voice without checking it first. Everything that I say, check it. Now you might say, well, Dad, Rich, some of your personal stories, I'll be saying, hey, my personal stories are your personal stories. There's somebody, think about it, out of the 2,500 people who watched, let's say one video. Somebody went through that shit. Excuse my French. Somebody went through that, right? Somebody went through that. But stop believing everything that the mainstream media period. I probably should have shortened that from mainstream media to media. But I did say that the subject was media, but we was talking about mainstream media in particular. A lot of people actually believe that the press, the media can't lie to you. That's ignorance. And again, that is not in a derogatory way or a mean-spirited way when I say ignorance. When I say that is ignorant or you're ignorant or something, it's not in a demeaning way where it's malicious intent or malice or forethought coming out of my mouth towards you. Ignorant is the fact that you believe that these people can't lie to you. They lie to you. They lie to us every day. Every day. Now, a lot of people say, dang, Rich, you saying that they just lying about... No. I'm not saying that they lying about everything. And let me clarify something. When you say you lying, that doesn't necessarily mean that I told you something that was untrue. A lot of times, probably most of the time, it is that I omitted a very important part of a story, which then makes the story that I told or reported a lie. That's just like me coming home. Let's say I lost my job, right? I come home, talk to my lady, and I be like, hey babe, I done lost my job. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But you know what? Hey, I'm gonna go out and try to find me a new job tomorrow. Now, she's gonna be freaking out. She's gonna be mad, but she ain't gonna be mad at me. Not if that is all I said. She gonna be mad at them. She gonna be mad at the situation. We probably talk about it. I'm gonna keep omitting stuff. Now, if I had told her the entire story, which was, baby, I lost my job because I got caught stealing. Or baby, I lost my job because I done cussed out the boss. Or baby, I done lost my job because I was hitting on the boss's secretary and he was sleeping with her and I didn't know that. You feel what I'm saying? You feel me? It's different. The whole story is different. Now, if I come home and I tell my woman, nah, I might get hot greased on my behind. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a pot of grits when I'm asleep, or hell. She might just grab them iron skillets that we used to have back in the day and bop me upside the head with that. I mean, just be real. It's two different stories. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of people, especially women, be like, Rich, I'm not going to let my man get away with that. He ain't going to be able to come in and say, hey, baby, I done lost my job, and that's it. The first question I'm asking is, why'd you lose your job? And if I know my man ain't shit, and I know he's alive, then I'm sitting up there, that type of stuff. So I went off on a little tangent, but what I'm saying is, the mainstream media, that's what they try to do. Not try, that's what they do. They do that. They put out false narratives. They might pick apart one small morsel from the entire story and then report that. Forget all that. This Jesse Williams. Jesse Williams from the BET. I thought his speech was cold-blooded. It hurt some feelings. It hurt my feelings. He was so cold. But nothing that he said was a lie. You could say you might have not liked the way he delivered it. You might not like that he delivered it in that type of form. But nothing that he said was a lie. But again, you have certain media outlets will grab certain snippets that they can pull out of that. Forget the totalitarian of what he was trying to say. Forget the point of what he was trying to say. I'm just gonna grab this little small tidbit that will advance the bullshit that I'm trying to put forth. And then everybody who listens to me believes that I will never lie to them. Me? Never. So they're going to believe everything that I say. And then that's why we have problems in this world. I've said this before. I say it now. I'll say it till the day I die. Racism today in this world is the fault, the primary fault of three entities. Now watch me now. I'm gonna go a little deep. Three entities. The government, and when I mean the government, I mean local, state, and federal. The government. The education system, I'm talking about from pre-K all the way to doctorate. And the media. Those three entities together have been in cahoots since damn near the beginning of this republic to push a false, hateful narrative to a certain segment of people who believe that totally. You have people in this world that will believe that the earth is flat even when they took a trip around the earth because a certain media outlet or a certain professor or a parent or the government has told them so. You have people today that will believe that the sun is shining at 12 midnight because the media told them that. You know, you sit them there and be like, well, of course the sun is out 7 o'clock, excuse me, at midnight here, Rich. Yeah. If you call the people in China who's up right now, the sun would be up. That's not what we talk about. Does that make any sense? That's not what we talk about. I'm asking you, is the sun up where you sitting looking up in the sky now? No, it's not. So you have people who believe, and I believe it is dangerous. That's why if you remember my first show when I said, do not believe what people are telling you just on face value. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's your mama, your daddy, your pastor, your husband, wife, brother, sister, the government, media, your professor, whatever, without checking it out first. The media treats us particularly the mainstream media treat us like sheep with blinders on. We have to wake up, and I believe that two sleeping bears are waking up now. I believe the progressive movement, the liberal movement, are now waking up to the bull crap that so-called liberal established Democrats have been feeding them for centuries. I unfortunately also believe that there is a group of haters, the Klan, the Nazis, the white nationalists, those type of things, the radical Islamists, all of them. They are waking up, and they tired of people who they thought represented them not doing what they felt that they should do, and now they're up. And now you have two sleeping giants that were hibernating 2-3 years ago, and now you got to deal with it. And instead of media doing what they're supposed to do, which is report all sides of the news, so you give people the chance to determine what they want to believe. That's the thing. News, I can't even say news is supposed to be evil, because if I'm telling you that there's global warming and I have facts to prove it, but you got somebody else saying, no, this is God's will, there's no such thing as global warming, well, you understand that this person that said there's no such thing as a global warming is a fool, is an idiot. Do you really want to give that person the same amount of time that you would give this person that is speaking facts? You know, what that person is saying is based on legitimate, provable facts. So no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it at all. But what I'm saying is, report the whole story. Report the whole story. Don't report bits and pieces of a story. Report the whole story from beginning to end. I told people that I'm a cop, okay, about to retire. I know personally that there are situations where you pull up to a fight, a domestic, something like that, and you are professional as you possibly can be. You give this person a break after break after break after break after break. Then this person spits in your face, literally, or kicks you in the balls, or punches you in the face, you know, or call you out your name, which I said that at the end because that's no excuse. But the first three are legitimate excuses. But what happens is, now when you react as a human being, that's when the cameras are there. Now, do I condone it? No. We still held to a higher standard. And for 23 years, I've held my own self to that higher standard. But what I'm saying is, report the whole story. Okay, report the whole story. You might feel a little bit different for that situation. You might say, okay, well, I can see if I was in that position, I might have did the same thing. Now, that doesn't justify what that particular cop or post officer, you know, or lawyer or whatever. I don't justify that, but I have to understand that if I was in that particular situation, I might have did the same thing, and maybe I won't come down as hard. Maybe I'll be like, okay, suspend the heck out of this particular person. Make sure they go to some type of training. If it happens again, you know, they don't get cut, they do. But the media doesn't work that way. The media doesn't work that way. The media has turned from being a watchdog and doing what they was originally mandated to do, to this sensationalism and these false truths and these continual omissions. How do you know? You might say, well, Rich, how do I know if somebody's omitting something? This is what I'll say. There are, within this United States, there are 3 major global news organizations. There's CNN, there's MSNBC, and there's Fox News. I don't ever advise somebody who got good sense to go to Fox News and listen to anything they got to say. But hey, that's your thing, that's your thing. If you go in there with an open mind, hey, you know, that's your, we all grow. But look at if they're reporting the same story, the same subject, okay? And see if there are different angles that they're reporting. That means they're omitting something. And your job is to find out how much they leave it out. That is not the mandate of the press. That is not the mandate that we should accept. Tell me everything. Because let me tell you something. If you're on a left-swinging news program, they're going to give you all the good that's coming from their side. If you're on a right-wing leading station, they're going to do the same thing. And really and truly, I don't have a problem with, okay, Fox News is right-wing, so they lean or slant slightly towards the right. Or MSNBC at the time, now they've changed, but you know, they used to be left leaning. But if you want to lean a little bit to the left, or Fox News wants to lean a little bit to the right, I ain't got no problem with that. What I got a problem is when you go to Fox News and they lean all the way to the right, and the hell with anybody said what anybody in the left says. And MSNBC to a certain extent, a much less extent. You have to be in a position to understand that everything you hear, I need to check. And it's not even like it was when I was growing up. We never had the internet when I was growing up in high school. If you wanted to check something out, especially when dealing with history, you had to go to the history book. And unfortunately, you got to sometimes wonder what the heck is in the history books. You know, or like the excited, like we had a set of Britannicas. Me, my sister, and I think my brother, you know, used them Britannicas often. I know I did. I didn't go to the library. What I need to go to the library for? I had a set of Britannicas and I had a set of World Books. Any project I had, I was good. But you have to research. So I can understand a lot of people like, man, why research? If I wanted to research something, then I wouldn't be watching this news show. They need to report the news to me. Well, that's sort of ignorant. I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry if I'm offending somebody, but that's a sort of ignorant position to have. You need to know everything. Why? Because we all need to be cognizant of what's going on in our world. There's a lot of evil people in this world, people. There's a lot of people that don't care. And the reason they don't care is because nobody else cares. I used to have some cats when I was younger, you know, listening to them. We used to ride the train from the Bronx to Manhattan when I went to high school for that 1 year in Manhattan. And they used to be like, man, shit, everybody think that I ain't shit. So I'm going to show them that I ain't shit. And I used to laugh at that type of, you know, we used to go back and forth and stuff. But see now, 30 years later, it takes a whole different connotation to me. I have a whole different outlook on that mentality. Because do you think that those people that are strapping bombs to their chests and blowing people up, do you think they have a great life? Or they feel that their children will have a great life? I'm not disputing that they're crazy and evil as hell. And I'm not justifying anything they say. Even the Klan. They have been taught from the government, people who they have elected, the media, and education system, that their way of life is being infringed on everybody else. Forget the fact that if they would open their eyes and look at how the world goes, that they, even in their poverty, have it better than a whole heck of a lot of other minorities. It might have a different outcome. It might have a different outlook. There you go. It was outlook, not outcome. So when we get back to the media, we have to start holding them accountable. You know how you hold them accountable? You don't picket. You don't send letters. Because these pickets, what they do is you get close enough, they'll call the cops on you behind. Your letters and your emails, delete, trash, all of that. You know how you hold them accountable? You stop watching them. You stop paying or buying the goods from the companies that advertise. If that happens, things change. See, we this goes back to the sheep analogy. We are so into either our own thing, getting our own piece of the pie, or hating somebody else because what I think that they have got, because again, I've been told by the media that these people are getting things that I can't get. That we allow this stuff to keep going on and on and on and on. We have no idea the power we have. I think I might have mentioned this last show. Maybe I did yesterday when we talked about broke and stuff like that. That the top 79, the richest 79 people on this earth have more total income, more total wealth than the bottom 3.6 billion people on this blue marble right here. This blue marble we call Earth. Let me repeat that. Let me say it again. The top 79, not 100, not 1,000, not 10,000, not a million. I'm talking about the top 79. 79. One more than 78, one less than 80. I know I'm clowning, but I'm just trying to get you guys to understand. The top 79 wealthiest people on the face of this earth have more total wealth than the bottom 3.9 billion people. That is something that the media need to be telling all of us. That is what the government need to be telling us all. That is what we need to be learning when we go to school. Because that needs to be changed, and that, ladies and gentlemen, do not get it twisted, is a foundation or bedrock reason why this world is the way it is right here. 79. You can put 79 people in this studio right here. Imagine what type of bread that is. The top 1%, which I don't know how much, I want somebody to leave that comment at the bottom. The top 1% has more wealth than the bottom 99% put together. These are things the media should be telling us. These are things the government should be telling us. But you know why they don't do it? Because we don't hold them accountable. You imagine, just think about this. Just imagine. You don't buy no more Nikes no more. Not because you boycott Nike, it's just that you don't watch CNN anymore, or you don't watch Fox News anymore. So you don't necessarily see the commercials on those news channels. Or I don't buy Maybelline. Well, I don't buy Maybelline. You know what I mean? If I was a woman, that type of stuff. That type of stuff. You know what'll happen? What'll happen is then Nike will take all of their ads from that particular station, MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, BBC, whatever, and they will go to somebody else. And then all the suits, the big wigs up in headquarters of those 4 stations will then have a emergency meeting and figure out, or try to figure out, why people are not watching those shows. They're getting their media elsewhere. And they'll stop. Not cold turkey, because see, financially it doesn't work for them. You know, one local news reporter told me years ago, she said, murders sell. They sell. Misery sells. The Boy Scouts going out to mow all the elderly parents, children, people, you know, whatever. All the elderly people in the neighborhood each week. That doesn't sell. Now, if the Boy Scouts are out there sleeping with the boys, have child porn, then they'll go ahead on and put that on. I give homework assignments every now and again. This is what I'll say. Next time you watch any major news channel, I gave you 3 of them here in America, and I know we have some overseas listeners because they've hit me on Twitter. So BBC over there, Al Jazeera, that type of stuff. I want you to just jot down mental notes. How many stories go by that is about hell, if you will, evil, murder, rape, that type of stuff, fraud, before you get to the first positive? You don't think, let me tell you something, and this is again where I'm trying to get into your minds and how to think about it. If all this world had nothing but murder, rapes, fraud, corruption, do you think that we would be able to live a day, let alone a year, a decade? I mean, just ask yourself that. If every neighborhood you go in, every day, from the rich to the poor, was dealing with nothing but corruption, murder, rape, burglary, and all that type of stuff, do you think we can actually live? Do you think we would actually still have a United States? Any type of working government? You have to ask yourself that. So yes, I want to hear about the bombings in Turkey. Yes, I want to hear about Donald Trump saying some dumb shit. Yes, I want to hear that Hillary is just as corrupt as anybody else. I want to hear all of that. Because because come November, I need to make an informed decision about that. But I also need to, for my own peace, I need to hear about the guys who, on their days off, they get into their truck and they go into the park and they clean up. Parks where the Park Bureau don't. I need to hear about the troop, the Girl Scout troop that'll come, into the neighborhood, and they will feed the hungry. They will, take care, bring food baskets to the elderly. I need to hear that. That is what the mainstream media should also be covering. Because you think about it, you have all of this dribble. See, I've always had a problem with all of this dribble when you have a subject, which is a legitimate subject, and then you got 8, and I know I'm embellishing, but you got 8 people on the panel, and the segment ain't but 5-6 minutes long. What do you think really is accomplished with that many people trying to talk and walk over each other for 6 minutes? What have you accomplished? Not a damn thing. Nothing. A lot of times, what you have accomplished was, I'm more pissed off and confused than I was before it started because I couldn't hear anybody get a word in edgewise. To me, a segment should be no more than 2 people would be great, where you have the host talking to that particular person. But if you say, okay, I want to have both sides of this particular argument, then you have one person giving one point of view, the other person giving their point of view, and then the host. And then you extend it from 6 minutes to maybe 8 minutes. So each person can pretty much get 4 minutes, give or take, depending on who is who's doing the talk, who's basically winning that particular argument. Sports shows do it all the time. PTI do it all the time. Yeah, that's a 30-minute show, but you think about it, they have 9, 12 segments. And I'm not trying to compare the two necessarily, but what I am saying is it can be done. It's not done because they don't want you to know nothing other than what they want us to know. We need to start holding media outlets accountable. If they lying, call them on it. If they omitting stuff, call them on it. And stop, please. I know I said it when I first started this segment 30 minutes ago. Stop believing everything come out of their mouth because they quote unquote the media. And you feel that, oh, well, they're the media. I've seen this person on for this amount of years. They're not going to lie to me. They never lie to me. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Look at the old head from MSNBC, Williams. I can't remember his first name. I'm sorry. Somebody put it in the comments down below. It comes to find out that most of his stories back in the 80s and the 90s, you know, when he was trying to be the next Tom Brokaw, were embellishments. They wasn't straight out lies. Well, I think one or two were. But they was embellishing. Look at Bill O'Reilly. Lies in the past, 80s and the 90s, when he was a correspondent, news correspondent, to get where he is now. But you have people who are so snowed, they are so indoctrinated into the fact that they feel that these people, because they are media personnel and not lie to them, they will believe anything that comes out of their mouths because they're saying it on live radio, printed ink, or live video. Is dangerous. Is dangerous. And I now consider myself part of the conscious community because, see, I've opened my eyes. And I see what's going on. And I choose not to be in the pen with all the rest of the sheep. You know, I feel like Neo, you know, in The Matrix, where he finally was awakened to what was really going on. If you don't get anything out of this, I don't care if you feel that everything I said was a bunch of bullcrap. Research what I say, what Tom Brokaw says, what Larry Elder says, Lord have mercy, what Rachel Maddow says, what Bill O'Reilly says, what Sean Hannity says, what Wolf Blitzer says, what Anderson Cooper says. It don't make a difference. You know what you can do? Most of us have smartphones. When you listen to that particular person, Google what they say. When they quote statistics and studies, Google that statistic and study and see if it's true. But see, then I know you got a lot of people be like, well, how do I know that they're telling the truth and this stuff that I'm looking up is a lie? How do I know that? Well, you got to use your sense. Now, I understand, and I've said it before, that common sense is not common to everybody. However, you have to be in a position where you just look at both sides of an argument and make the best judgment. But at least you're making a judgment. At least you're listening. At least you're researching. You're doing your due diligence to have the best and the most information about any subject that you can have. So when you make that decision, whether it's to believe X, Y, or Z, whether it's to vote for him, her, they, it, I made the best decision. Not because Sean Hannity told me. Not because Rachel Maddow told me. Not because Wolf Blitzer told me. It is because I took what they said, I checked it against the facts, and I made an informed decision. Now, does that mean you're going to make the right decision all the time? Hell no, I don't. Just think about it. Like I said before, think about it. Keep your head up. Be safe. Be blessed. But be informed. I holler at you peoples on Saturday. That's the next show. Saturday at noon. Big Rich live show here. Thanks for your time. I sure appreciate you. I'll see you on the back end. One.
From the business specialties, 1PPS operatives have a minimum of 10 years experience in hostile environments worldwide. We can provide intelligent and discreet advice on the ground. The client can choose from a portfolio of operatives tailored to the client's needs and requirements. When the team is chosen and its mission established, it sources all intelligence and risk indicators, thereby providing confidence and peace of mind to the group, deploying into any environment. Close Protection Risk Assessment Surveillance, 1PPS. Working closely with our clients facilitates an early identification and implementation of commercial, operational, and technical risks. 1PPS is well versed in this field. Experience has been gained in both governmental and public sector operational environments. History established in 2001, One Personal Protection Services is a Florida licensed firm, owned and operated by Richard Bailey, an Orlando police officer.
It's the Big Rich Live on the Mic radio show on YouTube. Tune in every Saturday and Wednesday for hot news and opinions, you dig? Like and subscribe and follow us on Twitter at BR Live on the Mic and on Facebook and Instagram at Big Rich Live on the Mic. Join the conversation and catch that fire.